ugly lessons, you get me? Hard lessons, you get me? I don't joke with the lessons, you get me? Real blessings, fam.
Alright, what's happening, family? Welcome to another episode of Unique Sessions. My name is Unique Creation. Welcome. If you've never been here before, what I do is I share principles from the Bible and I try and share it in a way that's easy to understand, especially if you've never read it before. Sometimes I flock by saying certain lingos, but I'll work on that. But for the time being, just make sure that if you like this video or if you think it's going to be valuable for somebody, please press the subscribe button right at the bottom along with the little shaky belting. Please make sure you do it. But here we go. The topic I want to talk about today is a favorite topic of mine. It's come up in certain ways throughout the time that I've been making episodes and putting them out there. And what I want to talk about today is the makings of a deep relationship. The makings of a deep relationship. This isn't all of it. It's not an exhaustive list. It's just some that I feel that it's at least should be the basics. You know what I mean? Before you go even deeper, you can apply it as time goes on in different ways, but I do feel like there should be the basics, and they should be thought about, especially when it gets hard to do. They sound simple, but they can be tough to do. And as we go through them, you'll see why. So the first point I have is open conversations. When I talk about the makings of a deep relationship, I'm not just talking about marriage, dating, romance. I'm talking about friendships, relationships with your family members, your loved ones, your friends, the people you know. That when you're able to have these with them, especially if they're people worth building a relationship with, you actually have the makings of a deep relationship. You don't need to have 100 friends. You just need to have a few good ones, and this is how you ensure that they understand you and you understand them in more depth. So the first one is open conversations. Being able to have an open conversation, a transparent one. When you're talking about things that you go through, when you want to build trust, when you want to understand each other more, it's important to be able to have a deep and open conversation with them about how you feel, what you think, what your insecurities are. You should be able to trust them with certain aspects of yourself, maybe things you don't want to share with anybody else. It's good to have open conversations, especially when it's hard to have them, because there are times where you may not see eye to eye. There are times where you may have disagreements, arguments, and it may be hard to carry on. But when the relationships are awkward like that, having an open dialect with them helps, in terms of saying things like, what you did made me feel like this because I reacted this way because it makes me feel insecure about this. These things sound very, very primary school and simple, but it's surprising how often these deep conversations don't happen when they should happen, and I'm pointing that out today. So if you want to have a deep relationship, it's important to have open dialect, open conversations. The second one is prioritizing the person. Prioritizing the person. This is an aspect where I flop in hard, and I'm trying to improve. When it comes to goals, things you're trying to do, the work, don't be a workaholic. I'm a workaholic. I'm working on it. But when that happens and you're prioritizing your dreams more, that means that the people who are important to you are losing out. It's important to prioritize the people you claim to love, the people you claim to value, and give them your time. Spend time with them, talk with them, plan events and outings with them, whether they're family, brother, mother, father. Especially in strained relationships, having that time together helps you understand each other in more depth, especially when you have open conversation. If both sides, are able to have an open conversation. Sometimes it takes one to be open for the other one to feel safe to do it too. So these two are interconnected. The second one is letting your actions match your words. Letting your actions match your words. And all that means is, if you say you're going to do something, do it. Be someone of integrity, someone who's reliable, someone who, if your actions follow your words, if you say you're going to do something and you always do the things that you say you're going to do, you become someone that they can rely on, someone they can trust. Your words mean more to them because they see that your character is in line with the things that you say. You're reliable. You don't just shoot off at the mouth. So when you say you love someone, love is an action anyway. Act upon that. Spend time with them. Give them a phone call. I flop on this bit hard, but just have a conversation. These things that doesn't seem like as much of a thing is actually really big. Sometimes it matters to some people than others, but it's good to know the person that you're speaking with. Through open conversation, you will know the kind of person they are, and then you cater to them based on how they feel loved. That's when you're truly loving the person. And of course, pay attention to the person and how you react to them. This is more to do with yourself, because sometimes self-awareness is an important skill to have. Sometimes the way you react with your best friend may not be the best way to react. Obviously, you don't talk to your best friend the way you speak to your mom. Some people do, most people don't. In the sense of your friend, you establish a certain type of relationship. Everybody has their boundaries. Everybody has their sensitivities, the things that matter more and matter less to them. So when you actually take time to think about how you react to people and how the way you respond to them makes them feel, it creates more of a, I guess it just creates more of an understanding from both sides, in the sense of when you're paying attention to how you respond to someone and you see that they don't like it and you adjust yourself. I'm not saying force yourself to change. I'm saying you just adjust how you respond to the person. It can actually help that relationship flourish. But let's say, for example, you're usually a brash person, you're loud, you're impulsive, but it makes the other person, who tends to be more tentative, held and laid back, uncomfortable. It can cause friction and problems, and they could actually dread being around you. That's just a small example. There are others as well. So I'm just putting that one out as an easy way to explain what I'm talking about. And of course, push yourself to be less guarded with them if they deserve that access to you. What that means is somebody wants to... Actually, I've been accused of different things. Somebody once accused me of running away. They said I run away from people when they get too close to me, in terms of it's a certain level I let people get close to me before I distance myself, because apparently I'm afraid of intimacy. I don't think I'm afraid of intimacy, but they may have a point. So I've been accused of things like this down the line. It's an area I'm working on, but it's also good to really push yourself to be less guarded with people. The reason why some people want to get close is for wrong reasons, but if you know for a fact that this person deserves as much, for example, if someone is really open to you, less guarded, and they feel like you're not giving enough, it may be that you're too guarded and they want to know you better as a person, but you're not letting them up. That causes a strain. All these things are basics that I'm saying, but these basics can become a big thing if they're not done correctly. There's a lot more depth to what it means to making a deep relationships, but these should at least be part of the first few things that we are doing if we aim to have a deep relationship, whether with a friend, a sibling, a relative, I don't know, a colleague maybe, or even, or a loved one, someone you want to build a romance with, a romantic future with. So these are just points. They're important across the board. And that's it. These are just a few points around the makings of a deep relationship. I'm happy to of course, answer any questions you leave in the comments. But please make sure you subscribe and press that little bell for more videos to come. And if you ever have any questions, please send them to me. Write it in the comments and I will always respond. Well, that's it. My name is Unique Creation. Much love, and I'll see you at the next episode.
You get me? Hard lessons. You get me? I don't joke with the lessons. You get me? Real blessings, fam. Took losses but never lost myself.